Veterans, do you know what is a VA prescribed claim form? And when are they used? In today's video, I'm going to walk you through some of these prescribed claim forms and explain when you should be using them to ensure you do not submit the incorrect one. Make sure you stick around. Welcome back, everybody. My name is Dwayne. I got a video for that Kimball, United States Army veteran and retired VA rating specialist. Today's video, I am going to be discussing and sharing with you some VA prescribed claim forms and explaining when you should be using them to ensure you do not submit the incorrect claim form. But before I get into today's topic, make sure you click the link in the description section and get signed up for my free upcoming webinar. In this webinar, I'm going to explain what it is I do, what it is I don't do, but most importantly, how you can work with me. So let's go ahead and jump into it. Slide number one. Here in slide number one, we have a VA prescribed claim form, and it is a VA form 21-526CZ. Say it again. A VA form 21-526EZ, application for disability compensation and related compensation benefits. Now, look in the top right-hand corner, expiration date, November 30th, 2025, okay? This form is set to expire at the end of this year. I want to remind you, only go to the VA's website and download any VA form. That is critical. If you go into a third-party organization website and you downloaded it, you don't know if they have the updated form. Now, here's a nugget. If you do go to the VA's website and the expiration date has passed, guess what? That form is still good, but as long as you get it from the VA's website, okay? It's easy. You go to the va.gov, www.va.gov. You can do a search like forms. That link will come up. You type in 526EZ, you'll see it, and you can download it, save it to your computer, complete it, all that stuff. Now, when you complete any VA claim form, you want to make sure you sign and date it. If you do not sign and date it, it is incomplete. Now, why would you and when would you be submitting a 526EZ? If you're submitting your initial claim, new claim, a claim for increase, a claim for pre-service aggravation, a secondary, you're claiming something secondary, you're claiming something presumptive, whether it's part of the PACT Act or not. If you're claiming a specific SMC besides SMCS and SMCL, because they have their own prescribed claim form, all right? So those are a few reasons when you would submit this 526EZ, all right? Now, look where it says under number one, FDC program, IDES, BDD, standard claim process. FDC program is no longer a priority, okay? It used to be when a veteran checked that box, it had priority. It's no longer priority. I did a video on it about it. I can't even remember the name of that video where I was talking about FDC is no longer a priority, all right? Now, the reason why I'm pointing that out is because the majority of the prescribed claim forms, guess what? They have instructions. This 526EZ have several pages of instructions. I even did a video on it where I explained the difference between FDC, fully developed claim, and standard claim process. It's very important that you read the instructions for any form that you're going to be completing, including any VA form that you will be completing, okay? Let's keep going. Slide number two. Here in slide number two, we have a VA form 20-0995, okay? The expiration date, May 31st, 2027. Now, under item number one, you see compensation, education, pension, loan guarantee, National Cemetery Administration, life insurance, fiduciary. I have no clue as to why you would use or check any of those boxes as it pertains to those. Now, I'm only assuming if they denied you life insurance or fiduciary, then you would check those boxes because you are reopening that particular claim. But compensation is what we're talking about, okay? So let's say you submitted a claim for PTSD and they denied you, and you want to reopen that claim or resubmit that claim for PTSD. You're going to use this form, the VA form 20-0995. Now, something to remember, and they talk about this in the instructions section of this form, new and relevant evidence. New means evidence that the VA has never seen before, and relevant means pertaining to that particular diagnosis. So for example, you were denied PTSD and you want to come back in and reopen that claim. But you have an audio exam. Well, the audio exam is new, but guess what? It's not relevant as it pertains to you reopening your claim for PTSD. If you went to a VA C&P exam and that examiner said no and gave you a negative opinion for PTSD, you go out and you get a DBQ, disability benefit questionnaire, and a nexus, okay? And you can use this for this example I'm about to give you for any condition. And you submit that along with this 0995, that DBQ is not only new, it is relevant, okay? Let's keep going. Slide number 3. Now, slide number 3. This is a VA form 20-0996. And something that I intended to say at the beginning of this slide number 1, I only took a screenshot of part of the top of each prescribed claim form, okay? So when you go to the VA's website and you download it, you'll see the name. I'm giving you the name of it, okay? So this is a VA form 20-0996. Decision review request, high-level review. Top right-hand corner, what does it say? March 31st, 2027, okay? One thing to keep in mind about this 0996, you cannot submit new and relevant evidence. You can, but it is not going to be reviewed, okay? You cannot do it. Also on this form, you can select if you want to inform a conference or not. It's totally up to you. Let's keep going. Slide number 4. Man, I got some slides today, okay? Okay, now this is a VA form 21-8940. Veterans application for increased compensation based on unemployability. So if you're filing IU, you need to submit a 8940. I'm only using the last numbers as a rater. You know, rarely ever did you hear other raters talk to another rater and say, oh yeah, you got that VA form 21-8940. We'll just say, hey, what is the 8940 or something like that, because we know which forms that we're referencing, okay? Top right-hand corner, July 31st, 2027. Now, see where it says veterans application for increased compensation based on unemployability. Now, here's a key. A couple of things I want to talk about when it comes to IU. IU is not a standalone claim. It is a claim for increase in the service-connected condition that you state on this form prevents you from gainful employment. For example, let's say you are at 50% for PTSD and you come in and claim IU. Okay, they're going to see if that condition is actually worsened. And you could possibly go from 50 to 70 or even 50 to 100. I've seen veterans go from 50 to 70. That's the increase for the PTSD. They get denied IU. I've seen veterans go from 50 to 70 and get granted IU. I've seen veterans go from 50 to 100, get granted 100% permanent total, and the issue with IU is now moot because 100% P&T is the greater benefit. Now, I think they changed that now, and they do take issue with both. But again, the PTSD at 100%, permanent total is the greater benefit of the two. Okay? So if you ran into that, leave me a comment and let me know if you have. Okay? I've seen a lot of veterans go the opposite way when they file a claim for IU, because you got people out there saying, oh, you're 90%, you possibly can't get to 100. Oh, just do IU, without understanding the basic fact about IU. It is a claim for increase in the service-connected conditions that you state prevent you from gainful employment. Now, there's something else as it pertains to 5 years, okay? Real quick, when you decide to go the IU route, you need to confirm the conditions that you're claiming with not only the percentage that you've been assigned, but how long they have been in effect. Because if you file a claim for IU, and let's say for 5 different service-connected conditions, and those percentages have been in effect less than 5 years, and you go to that CNP exam, and it shows improvement, guess what they're going to do? Proposal to reduce, IU denied. If those percentages have been in effect longer than 5 years, they need 2 exams to show improvement before they can reduce you. Do not let anybody talk you into filing a claim for IU until you understand all the ins and outs about IU. Here's the final nugget on IU, and I promise this is the last one for IU. I'm going to go on to the next slide. If anybody tells you you cannot work if you have been granted IU, they're lying to you. I'm not going to go too much into detail about it, but I didn't do a video, but I did a commentary on one of the VA's YouTube videos where one of the individuals was talking about, yes, you can work in marginal employment, which means you cannot make more than the poverty level. So if anybody tells you you can't work and you've been granted IU, they're lying to you. Now, I don't know why you would want to, because you went the IU route. All right, let's keep going. Slide number 5. Here in slide number 5, this is a VA form 21-4138. Okay, statement in support of claim. Now, think about this form as an extra sheet of paper. Okay, it has a name, address, and all that stuff, and then it gives you some remark sections, which I'm going to show you in the next slide. A lot of individuals will use this technique. I've seen it as a rater. I've seen people use it. Some of my clients use it. Let's just say you submit a claim for increase for migraines, your back, maybe 5 or 6 different conditions, right? And you want to write a 3 or 4 sentence lay statement. On the 526CZ, under the disabilities, under the disabilities link, you'll see where you need to list those disabilities. You can actually write, please see attached VA form 21-4138. So again, on the 526ZZ, there's a section named disabilities. On the first line, you can write, please see attached VA form 21-4138. And you can come to this form and write out your lay statement. And I'm going to show you on this next slide. Okay? And this is the final slide, I promise. Okay? So at the bottom of page 1, you'll see the remarks section. On page 2, it'll say remarks continue. So then you can come here and you can write those lay statements, your personal statements, for all the conditions that you're claiming. Okay? Now, let's just say you're claiming like 20, 30, 40. You can use a PDF file. Okay? Not a PDF, a Word document or something like that. Save it as a PDF file. All right? And you can upload it with your claim. But on that 526CZ, you want to say, please see attached document or something like that. But the reason why I would suggest you use the 4138 is because they're going to see it. when it gets uploaded into VBMS, the system is going to recognize it as a 4138. If it's a PDF file or Word document that you're uploading, it'll just say correspondence, and you don't want them to miss it. The VA employees are more apt to click on one of these prescribed claim forms than a regular document, okay? And you can submit a couple of these. You know, if you have more than 5 or 6, you get into like 10 or 12 lay statements, you may need 2 or 3 VA forms 21-4138s. So I hope I cleared the air as it pertains to VA prescribed claim forms and some times that you will use these forms. And I'll leave you with this. The reason why this is so important, because I've seen veterans submit the incorrect claim form. This is another reason that will prolong that claim, because once you submit that claim, it may take them 2 or 3 months to let you know, hey, you submitted the incorrect prescribed claim form. And then when you submit the new one, it's like it's starting all over again. But guess what? If you already have an intent to file, so if you're still around, go ahead and, I want to see that fire emoji in the comment section if you're still listening. So if you have that intent to file and you submit the incorrect prescribed claim form, well, I'm not going to say the incorrect prescribed claim form. Let's just say on the 526CZ, you forgot to sign it. And then you submit the signed one. That intent to file is still good to go, okay? But again, if you submit the incorrect claim form, now you have to go back, get the correct claim form, resubmit it, and it's just going to be a pain in the butt. And it's like starting over, and you're going to have to wait that much longer, okay? So promise me you will not submit the incorrect prescribed claim form. With that being said, make sure you like, subscribe, hit that notification button, and as always, share this video with your fellow veterans. Thank you.